Okay friends, let's get started on our job. To remove this, we're going to have to remove this entire plastic panel. Looking at the panel itself, you're going to find several T27 screws that hold this in place. We'll go ahead and remove all 6 of these, and then we'll continue on to some push clips. Now we can move along to using a trim tool. We're going to remove 4 push clips from the inboard aspect of this panel. Carefully grab the panel and lift it up and away from the vehicle. Now with that out of the way, we have a nice clear view of our original unit. To get this out of here, we're going to continue on by starting to remove the rods from their connecting points. For this, we're going to come right over to these green tabs with a pick and carefully get underneath each of the ears. Once that pops up, you can also lift up the rod from the apparatus. With the rods out of the way, let's continue on to our 2 11mm headed nuts. There's one on this side right here, and one directly across from it. Remove the pair. We'll hold that handle from the outside there just so it doesn't fall out on us. Let's grab the unit here, carefully pull it out of the tailgate. There it is, friends. All right, now it's time for installation of our brand new part. Let's go ahead and take this and put it in place, the same position as we removed the original. I'm going to line up my mounting studs with their corresponding holes here. Something else that I want to mention is all the way down on this part right here. You want to make sure that the rod goes through this area. You can see right there. That looks good. After that, continue on to your 2 mounting nuts. We'll start each of them on. Once they're both started, go ahead and snug them up. Double check to make sure they're completely tightened. Let's continue on with our pick. We'll open each of our clips. Spin that one. Now we can grab the rods and put them into the clip and then lock it down. Essentially, once you rest it in place, it should be lined up perfectly. You don't need to go ahead and pull on the rod or push on it at all. It should be in its resting position. Once you have it pressed in there, go ahead and lock it down. Grab onto it and give it a wiggle. You want to make sure it's secured. You don't want it to pop off while you're driving down the road, in which case it's going to be very difficult to open up your tailgate. We'll do the same to the other. Now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and test the tailgate before we continue on with our protective panel. Something that I want to mention is if you happen to have a tonneau cover over the bed, go ahead and open that up first. Just in case there's an issue with the alignment, you want to make sure you can still gain access in here to be able to release the tailgate. It's definitely latched. Releases. Test it one more time. Perfect. Now we can put on our trim panel. I want to show you the back side. You're going to notice all the way along this, it has a whole bunch of hooks. Each of those hooks needs to fit into this area. So we'll just go ahead and rest it on, slide it this way, and then we'll line up all of our mounting bolt holes. There we are. Now I'm just going to make sure it's sitting flush. Essentially, I just want to make sure none of the hooks aren't in their proper placement. Let's continue starting in all the mounting bolts. Now that all of these are started, continue on to each of your push pins. Now let's continue by snugging each of the mounting bolts. Make sure they're tight. If you have a tonneau cover, go ahead and close that. Shut your tailgate. Thanks for watching.